Hello everyone. This presentation is related with structure of Java program. In this presentation, we will cover Java support system, environment of Java, Java program structure, virtual machine in Java, tokens and keywords, symbolic constant, variables and its declaration, and at the end we will see the data types. We will see Java support system. The operation of Java and Java-enabled browsers on the internet requires a variety of support systems. Here this table gives the list of systems necessary to support Java for delivering information on the internet. The first support system is the internet connection. Local computer should be connected to the internet. Then the next is web server. Web server, it is a program that accepts requests for information and sends the required documents. Web browser, a program that provides access to www and runs Java applet. HTML, it is a language for creating hypertext for the web. Applet tag, this is required for placing Java applets in the HTML document. Java code, it is used for defining Java applets, and the bytecode, that is the compiled Java code referred to in the applet tag and transferred to the user computer. Java environment. Java environment includes a large number of development tools and hundreds of classes and methods. The development tools are part of the system known as Java Development Kit, that is JDK, and the classes and methods are the part of Java Standard Library, that is JSL. The JDK comes with a collection of tools that are used for developing and running Java programs. It includes Applet Viewer, Java C, Java P, Java H, Java DOC, and JDB. JSL includes hundreds of classes and methods grouped into 6 functional packages. The first one, Language Support Package. It contains a collection of classes and methods required for implementing basic features of Java. Utilities package, it is a collection of classes to provide utility functions such as date and time. Input output package, a collection of classes required for input output manipulation. Networking package, a collection of classes for communicating with other computers via internet. Next, AWT package. The Abstract Window Toolkit package contains classes that implements platform independent GUI. And the last one, Applet package. This includes a set of classes that allows to create Java applets. We'll see the structure of Java program. It consists of documentation section, package statement, import statements, followed by import statements, interface statements, then the class definitions, and at the end, the class which contains the main method. First, documentation section. Documentation section contains a set of comment lines giving the name of the program, author, and other details which the programmer would like to refer at a later stage. Next is the package statement. This statement declares a package name and informs the compiler that the classes defined here belongs to this package. Import statement. This is similar to include statement in C and C++. Using import statements, we can have access to the classes that are part of other named packages. Interface statement. An interface is like a class but includes a group of method declarations. This is also an optional section and used only when we wish to implement the multiple inheritance feature in other program. Class definitions. A Java program may contain multiple class definitions. These classes are used to map the objects of real world problems. The number of classes used depends on the complexity of the problem. Last is the main method class. Since every Java standalone program requires a main method as its starting point, this class is also essential part of a Java program. The main method creates objects of various classes and establishes communication between them. On reaching the end of the main method, the program terminates and the control passes back to the operating system. Java Virtual Machine. Java compiler produces an intermediate code known as bytecode for a machine that does not exist. This machine is called the Java Virtual Machine and it exists only inside the computer memory. It is a simulated computer within the computer and performs all major functions of the real computer. The first figure here illustrates the process of compiling a Java program into bytecode, which is also referred as virtual machine code. The machine specific code known as machine code is generated by the Java interpreter by acting as an intermediary code between the virtual machine and the real machine as shown in the second figure. The interpreter is different for different machines. We'll see Java tokens. The smallest individual units in a program are known as tokens. The compiler recognizes them for building up expressions and statements. A Java program is a collection of tokens, comments, and white spaces. Java language includes five types of tokens, that is, reserved keywords, identifiers, literals, operators, and separators. Now, keywords in Java. Keywords implement specific features of the language. Java language has reserved 60 words as keywords such as abstract, case, else, if, extends, int, float, final, true, etc. These keywords combined with operators and separators according to a syntax form definition of the Java language. Since keywords have specific meaning in Java, we cannot use them as names for variables, classes, methods, and so on. All keywords are to be written in lowercase. Now, identifiers. Identifiers are programmer designed tokens. These are used for naming classes, methods, variables, objects, labels, packages, and interfaces in a program. Java identifiers follow some rules such as they can have alphabets, digits, underscore, and dollar sign characters. They must not begin with a digit. Uppercase and lowercase letters are distinct and they can be of any length. Constants. A constant is a variable whose value cannot change once it has been assigned. In Java, the keyword final is used to declare a constant. As shown in this example, pi is a float type constant, or we call it as a final, having the value as 3.14. Java constants are classified into numeric constants and character constants. Numeric constants are again classified into integer and real, whereas real constants are classified into decimal integer, octal integer, and hexadecimal integer. Character constants are classified into string constants and character constants. Now we'll see variables and its declaration. A variable is an identifier that denotes a storage location used to store a data value. A variable may take different values at different times during the execution of the program. Variable names may consist of alphabets, digits, underscore, and dollar characters subject to the conditions as they must not begin with a digit. Uppercase and lowercase letters are distinct. It should not be a keyword. Whitespace is not allowed. And the last, variable names can be of any length. Now, declaration of variables. Declaration does three things. The first, it tells the compiler what the variable name is. Second, it specifies what type of data the variable will hold. And number three, the place of declaration in the program decides the scope of the variable. Now, while declaring the variable in Java, first we specify the data type followed by the list of variables. Here, in the example, count and amount are the variables of the type integer and float respectively. Data types. Data types specifies the size and type of the values that can be stored. In Java, data types are classified as primitive and non-primitive data type. Non-primitive data types are classes, interfaces, and arrays, whereas the primitive data types are classified into numeric and non-numeric. Numeric data types are integer and floating point, whereas non-numeric data types are character and boolean. Here, the second table shows the integer types and the size required to store that type of data. The byte data type requires 1 byte memory space, short requires 2 bytes, integer requires 4 bytes, and long requires 8 bytes. We can make integers long by appending L to the numbers, as here 234L. Now, here the table shows floating point data types. That is, float is the floating point data type which requires 4 bytes of memory space. Similarly, double requires 8 bytes of memory space. Floating point numbers are treated as double precision quantities. To force them to be a single precision mode, append F or F to the numbers, as here 3.45F. The character type assumes a size of 2 bytes. Basically, it can hold only a single character. Boolean types uses only one bit of storage. That's the end of this presentation. Thank you.